What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Thank you guys for tuning in. I got a very special guest with me here today, basketball legend, Coach Gerald White. Thank you for coming in.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
All right, so today, well, first thing I'll tell you guys, he led the assists. He has the all-time leading record in assists at Auburn. So he's going to tell you guys a little bit about himself. But the main part of this video will be him explaining his successes as a point guard and helping all you guys have your success as well. So, Coach, if you could just tell us a few things about yourself.
I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. Graduated in 1983 from Richmond Academy High School. One of my last 4 schools that I chose to attend that I took official visits to was Auburn, Kentucky, Georgia, and South Carolina. One of the reasons why I attended Auburn, I went to school there, is because of Pat Dye, who was the head football coach at Auburn and the athletic director. He's from my high school at Auburn. Okay. Yeah. That was one of the reasons. I had a great career at Auburn, started every game. We won SEC tournaments. I made free throws in overtime. And Birmingham to beat Alabama on Sunday. Went to 4 NCAA tournaments. We averaged 20 wins a year. Played with a lot of good players there. As you can imagine, Charles Barkley, Chuck Person, Chris Morris, Frank Ford, Jeff Moore, all those guys, Mike Jones, all those guys was drafted into the NBA, and so was I. I got drafted from the Dallas Mavericks in 1987, and since then I've been a college basketball coach. I've been coaching for 18 years, coached at a lot of different places. I been at Augusta State University, been at University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where I coached Terrell Owens, Hall of Famer football guy, coached him there. Coached at Georgia State for some years. My last college coaching job was at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. So since then, since 2006, I've been here in Atlanta. I've started a company called Numa Basketball Training, and Numa stands for Never Underestimate My Ability. We've been training a lot of guys. We've been getting guys jobs overseas. We've been working with kids, showing them, through my experiences, what's right, what's wrong, the way to look at it from a coaching standpoint, way to look at it from a player standpoint, just helping guys try to get bigger and stronger and more confident.
Okay. So you have a lot of basketball insight. You give us a lot of knowledge today. One of the things I want to ask you, just a general answer, right? What defines a successful point guard for you?
A successful point guard is a guy who's a leader, who can sacrifice himself for the better of the team. I was that type of point guard. Now there's all different types of point guard. There's guys that score all the time. I was that type of person when I was in high school. I averaged 28 points my senior year in high school. When I got to college, I averaged 8 points. Not because I was playing with different guys and I had to become some different.
Yeah.
But the point guard on the floor is a guy that can do a lot of different things. They're almost the main reason that you win and lose basketball games. He brings the ball down the floor. He's a coach on the floor. He's going to determine who gets the ball. He's going to make sure he's checking in when they have substitutions. He's going to match everybody back up. He's going to keep people pumped up. He's going to keep everybody on top of their game, and he's going to keep everything running smooth. You always hear coaches tell point guards, hey, buddy, I'm going to give you the keys to the bus. That means go out there and run everything. Hey, get the mail out of the mailbox. Hey, you got to be the guy that takes care of everything, and you've got to dominate the game from the top of the key to the top of the key. You got to dominate. That's your time to be able to make guys feel uncomfortable. If a guy feels comfortable on you, he's going to score against you. He's going to be successful on you. You got to do what you need to do to take things away from him.
Okay, so that's some really good advice. So as far as your mental, what was on your mind? Because it has to take some pretty good focus to lead the assist. So when you went in that game, you were thinking, hey, I'm going to be offensively aggressive, draw attention to myself so I can make plays for others, or what was your specific mindset?
My mindset was that I knew that I had to stay in the game for a long period of time for us to win. Sacrifices and relationships and basketball and sports and things, the things that you got to do to make the team better. You've got to do it. I was that type of guy. I sacrificed just coming to Auburn, period, because I averaged 28 points a game. Now I'm averaging 8 points a game. I go from being the one of the 16th best players in the country my senior year in high school to averaging 8 points, but I was averaging eight assists also, and we were happy and we were winning.
Right.
I wanted to win more than I wanted to with my numbers and everything. And if you could tell by my numbers, I couldn't help but be the all-time leading scorer because I played with a lot of different guys there. The starting five every year at Auburn University, the 4 years that I was there, eventually got drafted into the NBA. And we were tough. I mean, my center, 6'5", Charles Barkley, but he was, he dominated. So.
Right. All right. Okay then. So for a point guard, okay, you gave us the rundown on the point guard. Would you say it's a little bit different just for somebody that's, not so big of a shooting guard or small forward that maybe is going from college to the pros and needs to transition? Is it that same mindset? What would you say they should work on in the gym, or what should a point guard's workout be?
At the next level, being a point guard, or the next level moving up from high school to college, from and college to the pros, is that whatever position you can guard, that's the position you're going to play. Okay. If you are a short point guard, you got to make up for being short with quickness and speed and jumping ability. You can make up, and being strong. You got to be strong. And then you throw the last one in there as being tough. Every college coach wants to have a tough player, a guy that's hard-nosed, a guy that's gonna get in there, a guy's gonna take a charge, a guy's gonna get in there and get a rebound, a guy's got a wide-open shot, he's gonna turn it down, to make this guy happy, to throw it to him. Now he's seen the ball go through the bucket. Now you've got him going. Now you can sacrifice your game for instead of that. But there's different types of point guards. There's guys that can score. There's guys that can do a lot of things. Back when I played in college, I used to play against a lot of guys that could really score. That was their role on the team, was to score. So one of the things that we did at Auburn University, my head coach was Sonny Smith. We would let our small forward, which was Chris Morris, 6'8", long arms, played 3 NBA teams, very athletic. He must have been like 200, 210 pounds, and we would let him guard the point guard. Our 2 guard was Frank Ford. He would move down to the 3 because he was strong. He was 6'4", 215 pounds, very strong, very physical. He would move down to 3, and then I would guard the 2 guards. I would guard the 2 guards, but that's the way we kind of ran things. And then what that did, because I was an aggressive point guard, I would get in foul trouble. This kept me out of foul trouble. And then now I can stay in the game long. So that was one of the things that actually worked during the games that our coach messed with from time to time. And then we playing zone and stuff. And our motto was only give you 1 shot. We didn't turn you. We didn't do this. We was hard nosed. We stayed in front of you. You had to shoot over top of us. We blocked you out, and we was gonna run it to the other end.
Okay. So as far as not being under the lights as a point guard, on the court working out, what do you think are the most important things? Because a lot of guys, maybe can't afford trainers, or they want to train, but when they're not with the trainer, as a point guard, what should you be focusing on?
Well, one of the first things you need to do in workouts is make sure you have a work ethic. You want to come in and you want to be serious about what you want to do. I mean, one thing about very good point guards and stuff, or very good basketball players, you don't have to talk about yourself. Everybody else will talk. They'll talk for you. If you're good, people will recognize that. People gonna want to play with you. People gonna want to recognize. They're gonna put you on their team. They want to do it. So the thing is, you're always got to be asking, how can I get better? How can I get better? You've got to build a circle around you as a point guard for people that's going to advise you, knowing that you keep your circle right and keep it tight. Everybody's not good for you, advising you to tell you to do this, But we want to build something. If you build something, it's hard to tear it down. But if you make a shot every now and then, you got to know who you are. Are you a scoring point guard? Are you this? Are you a point guard that gets everybody set up? And there's different things you got to do as a point guard to get better. For instance, when you play point guard at that position, you've got to doing pickup. First game you play, you got to say, okay, let me see how many assists I can get.
Yeah.
Second game, you're going to say, let me see can I deny my man all over the court to keep him from catching me. The next time you got to say, let me see can I pick up full court and play my man to man and keep him in front of me.
Yeah.
You don't even know who's playing the point guard position, but you're going to pick up full court. Whoever brings the ball up, and then when that guy gets tired and he throws it to somebody else, that's a sign of gratification right there that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the little things like that make you better. And the thing with the Numa basketball training, how we teach our point guards, we get kids in here and we're trying to teach them, but we're trying to get them to teach themselves at home.
Yeah.
When we're doing workouts, we want you. I might call you up and say, okay, Derek Pope, you got the ball handling drill. Well, what am I supposed to do, coach? Well, what have I been teaching you? Because if you can teach the group, you can teach yourself, and you're doing it at home, and you're in the driveway, you're in the garage, you putting in the work, you putting the time in right there, and people can see you. Your mom will see you, your dad will see you, one of your buddies will see you, and that's another good thing, a point that I want to make. Your best friend should be the guy that's doing the things that you're doing basketball-wise, because you guys are hanging out together. If I want to get stronger, I'm going to hang out with a guy that's stronger than me.
Yep.
I want to get faster, or I want to get a very good basketball player, I'm going to go challenge some guys that are better than me.
Okay.
That's how you get better.
Okay. And even more specifically than that, so I'm going to the gym to work out today. I got my work ethic, right? I know my role. How would you construct the workout for me? Say I come to a Numa basketball workout. Will we do 10 minutes of ball handling, or if I'm a point guard, we doing 20 minutes? Am I doing passing drills? How much of that is scoring?
Well, what we do with the training, we kind of evaluate you. We come in and we see what we're trying to perfect strengths and work on weaknesses. Okay, so I decide on what you're good at and and then we write it down. We tell you what the things that you need to be doing at home. I videotape you in the workout sometimes, or I get your phone, tell you to bring your cell phone, and when we're doing certain things, I show you what you're doing wrong on your shot. I show you what you're doing wrong with ball handling. I show you. So when you go home, you can see that. You say, oh, I see what Coach White was saying now about my hand and my follow through and my elbow, being locked and things like that. One of the best things that you can get from the workouts is that we've got other good players in the workout, so you can see them doing good things, and you want to be complimented by me, but you really want to be complimented by your peers, by the guys that I mean, I can say whatever's another, but you really don't want to let your teammates down, or you really want them to pull for you. Those are the guys that mean the most, because you work out with them and you go home with them and you watch videos with them and you compete all the time. Being competitive is the biggest thing that you can take to be able to help your game. Lifting weights, compete. In the classroom, compete. Box jumps, defensive slides. Hey man, you did 31, I did 35. And one of the things that I try to teach all my kids in the workouts is the having basketball etiquette to the point where you're complimenting each other. Derek, I want to see you do good in the workout, because if you get 8 out of 10, I want you to get 8 out of 10, because I'm trying to get 9 or 10 out of 10. I'm trying to beat you. So if you step your game up, that means I got to step my game up. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I think that was pretty good, guys. He just gave us a lot of knowledge. Hopefully you can take that, take it to the court, take it to your house and apply it, because this is good knowledge. We're not going to steer you wrong out here. We just want to see all you guys succeed. Thank you for watching once again. Coach Gerald now has an Instagram page, so if you would like to follow him, it's Coach Gerald White. You'll see some of the different events, times that he's training, and even some of his basketball drills right there on his page. I'll put it all below. Just give the comments a look and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, also, if you want to ask anything else about training or just basketball events in general, comment them below and we'll get them in. I meet with Coach Gerald quite a bit, and if you guys have any other topics or any questions, we can get that on here. So just let us know. Thank you.
Thank you.